seminar is basically taking place to raise funds for my very good friend that passed away on New Year's Eve. This whole thing is in tribute of him, okay? That's number one. Those of you who don't know him, his name is Johnny Hovnanian. He's been with me through thick and thin, and this is our way of giving back to him.
When I first met Johnny, we were, well, I was 5 years old, he was a little younger, and the first thing I remember noticing was his smile, you know, that big smile from ear to ear that just beamed across the room. And then that look in his eyes, that mischievous glance that he gave everybody. You always knew he was up to something. And he was up to something. And for 30 years, I was lucky enough to be part of some of the stuff he was up to, because it was always something amazing. He lived his life in an amazing way. And you know, when I think about, you know, sometimes you see dates on people's headstones, and I think people will see his and they'll say, well, 1979 to 2011, you know, this guy died young. He must have left so much unfinished. But I think if you think about the true meaning of life, and why we're all here, and if you know that that's love, then he lived an amazing life because he loved so much and so deeply. And he was, the way he loved his mom, his friends, everyone around him, his relatives. And that's how he lived his life. And that was his purpose. He just had a big heart, and he loved so deeply and was such a great son and a great friend, a great family member. And that's really the mark, you know, that he's left on me, and I think he leaves on all of us. And when I think about the kind of person I want to be in my life, I think I want to be just like him.
I want to say to Johnny's mom, I want Johnny's mom to know that she raised a great boy, and she gave the world a great gift. Everyone Johnny met, Johnny touched their hearts in a positive way. Very few people can say that, you know, about their own kid. But Johnny was a great kid. You did everything possible, and things happen for a reason. And maybe this passing of Johnny will reveal itself to us as to why. Such a good man. There's no saying the good die young. I don't really like to hear that too much myself. You know what I'm saying? But Johnny absolutely was, is a good kid. To me, there is no end. And but you've done a great job. You gave the world a great gift in Johnny, as God gave you a great gift in Johnny. And God bless your family, and we all share your loss. God bless her.
I want to auction this framed picture of all three of us, and along with another legend, Sensei Benny the Jet.
Yeah.
You please.
All right, guys, I'm going to start the auction with $25, $5 increments. Again, the money goes to good cause. So, do I hear $25? Put your hands up. I got 25.
50.
50? I need this guy with a suit. Is a big shot. Do I hear 55? 55. Come on, somebody beat up the big shot.
60.
60. Uh-oh. Do I have 65, sir? Come on. 65. Anybody else? 70? 70?
Well, I'm not going to bid against myself.
70 right here. Come on, guys. 75. Anybody? 75. 100 bucks. Whoa. 100 bucks once. Anybody? 100 bucks twice. 110. I got 110.
200 over here.
200 sitting back there.
Wait. 200. 200.
Over there. Up there.
200 up there. Come on. 210. I'm going to take the $10 in here. Anybody? 250. 250. That sounds like a challenge. That sounds like a challenge to me. Come on.
This is a friendly crowd, guys. Don't get riled up.
300. 300 and $1. Come on. 301.
301.
200. All right. 302.
320.
Oh. 320.
Okay, we'll do 350.
350. 350. Anybody else? Anybody else?
It's real.
502. Sold for $500.
I remember Johnny, you know, when I first started training Shawn, and you know, he turned pro with me. You know, Johnny was he was there at all the fights. He was always the one that came, you know, that showed up, first to show up and be there at the fight, at the hotel room and everything throughout all of Shawn's fights. So, you know, he was a good guy. He was always there at every show. I just remember that, you know.
I'm sure many people will, through the years, walk by Johnny's headstone and say, this person was born 1979 and died 2011. He must have left so much unfinished. But if you knew what happened between those two dates, and in between, if you understand the true purpose of life, then you know that Johnny, regardless of how short a time he lived, you know that Johnny lived the true purpose and meaning of life. Because he loved. He loved deeply. He loved generously. He loved with all of his heart. His mother, Sona, his family, his friends, everyone around him. We constantly hear of the lives and deaths of famous and great people. We hear of their exploits and inventions, and we understand that we ought to emulate their lives, the gold medals they won, the mountains they climbed, the companies they built. But forget about that. Johnny climbed mountains and won the gold medals. He won the gold medal of life, the gold medal of kindness, of decency, of respect. He climbed the highest mountain, the mountain of being a good son and a good person. He climbed the mountain of taking care of all around him. And that is the true biography of Johnny Hovnanian. It's a biography of the heart, of smiles, of kindness, and respect.
It'd be impossible in a matter of a couple minutes to explain how good of a person Johnny was and how much he loved and was loved by everybody in his life. He was the most generous, warm-hearted, caring person I've ever known. You know, it's for these reasons and many others why the last month has been incredibly difficult for me and everybody that's been a part of Johnny's life. But in the midst of all the grief and sadness, you know, I've shed many, many smiles remembering all the fantastic times I've shared with Johnny. I could not be more grateful to have known such an incredible person and to have shared so many amazing moments. Johnny will be a benchmark for how I live my life and for how I treat others that I care about. He will forever be missed, but never ever forgotten, not ever for one day.
I've known Johnny all my life. It seems like quite a while when I say that, but now that I look back, it still seems like such a short duration of time. When I was a child, I looked up to Johnny because he was just so funny and everyone spoke so highly of him. It's been about 15 years since that time, but my feelings towards him have not changed at all. He's still one of the funniest guys I knew. He loved to make people laugh. Everyone still spoke about him with highest regard, and I still looked up to him. He treated people with respect, and he earned respect from all his peers. The main word that comes to mind when I think of Johnny is selflessness. He always looked out for others before himself. What satisfied him the most wasn't his own successes, but seeing the people that he really cared about be happy. When you spoke to him, he would seldom speak about himself. He always wanted to know how you were doing and what was going on in your life. All Johnny ever really spoke about was his mother Sona. He would do just about anything to help you if he could. He would always be running around tending to family members, to friends, and to his clients. When my family had obstacles to overcome, he would always be there providing support for us just to make our lives just a little bit easier. Every time you hugged him, you can feel how much this man cared for you. He was such a genuinely nice human being and had one of the greatest souls that I had come to know. He stole our hearts and took it with him the night of December the 30th. I just hope Johnny realizes how much he was loved and how greatly he will be missed. Thank you.
My name is Yacoubian. I met Johnny back a long time ago in high school.
And a few things that I remember about Johnny is that every time I saw him, he had an infectious smile about him, just happiness glowed off him. And whatever mood I was in, or whatever mood other people were in, just by seeing him, it would make you a happier person at that moment, and just to be around him. It was very simple. It was just the way he was, naturally always happy, always energetic type of person. And you know, I'm sad to be saying this, it hurts, you know, but I know a lot of people are hurting too. But you know, Johnny would like us to be smiling as well, you know, because I know he's looking down and he's happy that, you know, that we're going to be striving on, remembering him, and you know, all that.
I met Johnny around the time I was 20 years of age, while I was in high school through a mutual friend. We became close pretty fast, and our friendship grew thereafter. At the time, I started fighting amateur. When his father passed away in 2002, it was about that time that I was training for my first professional fight on a K1 show in Las Vegas. It was during that time our friendship held us together, as I was there to comfort him, and he was there to support me in the next steps of my life's journey. After my victory, Johnny was always there for me as a great friend and a true believer of my talent for years to come. It was because of him that I now possess all the pictures and videos and memories of my career, as well as life in general. And today is our way of making sure the memory of Johnny lives on forever.
Բարև, անունս Բերնար Հոփանյան է, Ջանի Հովնանյանը շատ լավ ինգերս էր, շատ պիտի գարնամ իրեն, ասված հոգին լավ նայի։
Shawn Yacoubian is one of my instructors here at the House of Champions, and he had told me about the passing of his best friend Johnny, and asked me, he felt compelled to want to do something for him, and he asked me about this extravaganza seminar. I'm a longtime student and friend of Peter Cunningham and Rick O'Kane, that trained with me for years and years, and it's always been an honor to help, you know, help out, help give back. So, you know, they picked a date, and we put it out there in the media, you know, as much as we could, and we had a great turnout. You know, to have 100 people up in here, I was very pleased. It was a great turnout. Yeah.
Somebody cup.
Guys, if you want pictures,
You get in it. You get in it. You hit him and then you smile. What the hell?
All right, here we go.
All right, everybody.
Yes.
Johnny!
Johnny!